everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Mylon Alaki Kalaselvam. I'm from DAT 5B and my matric number is 11 DAT 18F 2009. So today I want to present and talk about audit documentation, and the subtopic is audit file. Let's go to next slide. Okay, what is audit file? So like in the slide, audit file is many types of audit working papers are used to document the information gathered by auditors. The information may be recorded on paper, electronic, or on other media. So the audit working papers will be recorded by the auditor in paper, electronic, or on other media. So that's what we call audit file. So it is generally filed under one of these two categories: a permanent file of relatively unchanging data, and the second one is a current file for every completed audit. So the next slide is we will talk about types of audit file. So audit file have three types, which is the first one is nature of information, the second one is sources of information, and the third one is example of document. So let's see the first one, nature of information. There's in the types of audit file, the nature of information has been separated like for two. The first one is permanent file and the second one is current file. So in the nature of information, the first one is permanent file will be recorded historical data, and the current file will be record current information. For the second one, sources of information, in permanent file they will record client's company details, and in current file they will record client's company, third party, and legal authorities details. So for the third types of audit file, third types of audit file is example document. So they will record it in permanent file is company policy and project information, minutes of meeting, business plan and copies of memorandum, specimen signature of company directors, contracts and production proposal, and other details. So in current file, they will record financial statement and the principal apply, audit program, special audit report, confirmation letter, and reconciliation bank results. Then final one is observation results. So let's go to the second slide, which is permanent audit file. A permanent file contains data that are continuing audit interest. The data are expected to be useful to auditors on many future engagement with the entity. These files serve three purposes, which is the first one is to record items applicable over a period of many years. The second one is to provide a summary of policies and the organization of the entity. And the third one is to preserve audit working papers on items that show relative few or no changes. Okay, so in audit files there are much information contained in the gathered during the first year of engagement, especially during the understanding stage of the entity. So in this permanent audit file, so many items included in the permanent file. So the first one is extract or copies of the replaceable rules, which is memorandum and articles of association, other relevant documents that describe the objective of the entity and the number of types of shares, copies of long-term agreements or contracts, and lists of accounts that have continuing importance to auditors, information related to the internal control, information relevant to audit planning like audit program, bank accounts, cost centers, and control entity tested. So the second one, the current audit file. The current file contains audit evidence to support the auditor's report for a particular year. The file includes a significant amount of details of the work performed to support the conclusions reached. So, in the current audit file, there must be included, which is audit program, working trial balance, schedules and analyze, propose adjusting and reclassifying entries, audit memoranda and corroborating information. So the auditor while prepare the current audit file, they must cross-reference between the two files to show whether information can be found in the permanent file. Any subsetted draft of audit working papers and financial statements, copies of document corrected for typographical or other errors, and duplicates of documents should not be included in audit files. So this is what about current audit file. So lastly, I want to explain about some example. So the example is an auditor inspected purchasing documents to prove that machines belong to a client. The auditor also inspected the document to confirm the value of the machines. Therefore, the auditor should document the work performed in the audit documentation. Therefore, the required by ISA 230. The audit documentation is expected to include the following. So, which is the first one is nature. Inspection of purchasing document must be included in this audit. The second one is timing, the date the inspection was conducted and completed. Number 3 is extent, the extent of the work performed. Number 3 is result, finding that the consistent or inconsistent should be documented. The final one is significant matters. For example, the client was in a negotiation process to sell the machines. The auditor should document the process of selling the machines, when it will be completed, and the selling price of the machines. So this is what about audit file in topic of audit documentation. That's all for my today presentation. Thank you.